Hello, everyone, and welcome to Weather Watchers Worldwide. This is a very special episode because we are branching out. Yes, I'm back here at the First Coast News Studios, but check this out. I'm going to bring in meteorologist Robert Speta, who's at the Kennedy Space Center. If you tuned in with us yesterday, we had called it Weather Watchers Outer Space or whatever. Robert, it's really cool to see you. We're going to continue this update with Artemis II, and you are at the Kennedy Space Center. Take it away. Tell us what you've seen, what you're learning, all of that
Yeah,
good stuff.
well, actually able to see Artemis II on the launch pad, or just earlier on out at the gantry, getting up close to it. Right now, I am at the Saturn V, the Apollo Center here, right there. It's one of the largest vehicles ever built. That's what took us to the moon. Of course, this is a replica of Apollo 8 right in front of me here, and absolutely just incredible seeing all this. But so far, it's all about education. There's a lot of different videos, information talking about how we went to the moon the first time. And it really is this just incredible juxtaposition, because when you roll into this center I'm at right now, you can see platform 39A that Apollo took off from. And right next to it is 39B, which I don't know if you knew this, Lee, but Apollo's twin sister in Greek mythology is Artemis. And you can see where Apollo took off from in the 60s and 70s. And right next to it was platform 39B, where Artemis, the twin sister, is sitting on top of. And it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. We're out here, though, today just shooting a lot of footage for myself and Lee. We're going to be out there watching the launch of Artemis II live, hopefully on March 6th, if everything goes to plan. It's already been delayed a few times, but that will take us back to the vicinity of the moon, which, just a fun little fact. So this is a mock-up of Artemis 8 right behind me here, or not Artemis, Apollo 8 right behind me
I
here.
think I
And
think something's
Apollo,
going wrong.
hmm, are we good now? All
So,
right, I'm going
Robert,
to keep
can you
talking.
please
Okay.
talk us through your whole day? Actually, down there to the Cape a couple of times so far. So, what have you done each visit? What are you doing today? When are you coming back here? Just talk us through your whole experience with this. Artemis 2 is very important. You've already gone down there, and we had B-roll video footage of you seeing it earlier in the week. Now you're there again today, and you do plan to go back. So please just walk us through your whole plan that you have for us here at First Coast News, our viewers, how you're bringing this really important mission to them.
Well, I think today is all about, if you're going to come down for the Artemis mission, if you're going to come down for the liftoff, maybe you're going to make like a weekend of it. You want to come down the days prior, or if, let's say, you do come out here and it does get delayed, what can you do to still kind of get that astronomy, that kind of space knowledge? And today we're going around the Kennedy Space Visitor Center, which at first I wasn't aware. I thought it was just like the one complex where everybody kind of goes to. But you get on a bus and you actually go behind the gate. We pass the press site where Lee and I are going to be watching the launch on launch date, go out to gantry 39B. So at 39B, you get as close as the public can get to the rocket. We went there. Now we're over here and at the Saturn V Apollo complex. Then we're going to be heading back to the actual center, where we're going to be looking at the garden, the rocket garden. It's like just tons of rockets, all the different stuff. And there they actually have the Atlantis Space Shuttle, the actual Atlantis Space Shuttle. I haven't gotten there yet, but we're going to put all this together. This is definitely going to be a whole special whole thing just for you guys here on First Coast News Plus, especially on the day of the launch when we're out there and covering this. And I'll just give you this extra information about my day here at the Kennedy Space Center. So, Lee, what's the number one thing you think I should be checking out?
Well, Robert, I do have to let you know that that rocket that you keep walking back and forth under, I as a Girl Scout got to sleep under that big rocket. We did a Girl Scout field trip to the Kennedy Space Center, and we got to camp under that rocket, which was very cool. So I think you do that, and then you bring us back some astronaut ice cream. How does that sound? Do we still have Robert?
Yeah, we still have.
Okay. Can we pull him up? There he is.
Oh, there we go. Oh, there we
Back
go.
some astronaut ice
We're
cream.
doing. Does this remind you, Lee? A little camping?
It was my like first experience sleeping on like an air mattress under that. Yeah, that's like weird childhood memories coming back. That's pretty
All right.
wild. Hey, and you know what, Robert? You
Lee,
speaking of childhood memories, you've been a really good dad, and you've done this with your son. You've taken him to see these big rocket launches, and you had talked about, if people come to see it. Can you just give like your experience and what you would recommend where people could go watch it if they want to watch it for free, or if they want to pay the money and see these launches? Just talk us through all the different ways that we could go watch this launch.
So NASA and here at the Kennedy Center, they do have paid launches. In fact, you can see right out here, there is some bleach right there. That is for on the day of the launch. You can pay to come out here. But if you want to do it for free, Titusville does have a bunch of really good spots at like their local parks that you can see. It's off in the distance, but here's the thing. This rocket, the largest operational rocket ever built. And I'm going to see if I can step out here. Oh, sweet. All right. So this is the largest operational rocket ever built. You will be able to see this from miles away. And Lee, I'm going to leave you with this really quick. Here, I think kind of can see off in the distance, right? Wonder if you can or not, but it is kind of right over my shoulder. There's the Artemis rocket. So from here, you actually can watch the launch, but there is plenty of parks around Titusville that you can go and check it out as well. So Lee, I'm going to let you go for now, though. I'm just going to continue to film here, put everything, and I'm very excited. Today is definitely an exciting day, just getting ready for us to go back to the moon for the first time, since 1972.
Yeah, absolutely. Robert, I can let you know, at least on the big screen here, when I'm watching our monitors, I could see the rocket. I hope people streaming at home could see the rocket too, on our phones. It's a little bit more difficult. I'm trying to also watch on the phone with you. But thank you so much, meteorologist Robert Speta, for streaming with us live from the Kennedy Space Center. That's so cool. I love how we got that live look there. He's doing all of this prep work just so we could bring you the best coverage of Artemis II. Again, it is now expected to launch in March. All right. Well, besides that, other things that have been on our mind here, the fire risk and some much needed rain on the way to the first coast. So we're going to take a quick break, reset, and then when we come back, you and I are going to talk about forecasts, actually, the weather and what we can expect with the fire danger today and the much needed rain on the way, the warm up. There's also a cool down. We had a lot to talk about. Let's just do it right after this break. Welcome back. It is a beautiful day here across the First Coast. We have blue skies out there, some high clouds, but for some of you it hasn't been beautiful because you've been dealing with smoke. Last night or today, we've had smoke around with these fires. We've had very dry air, and so unfortunately, it's more prone to that smoke, the fire danger risk. But look at Waycross, cloudy. Oh man, yes, rain is on the way. It is associated with the cold front, but we got lots to talk about here. So let's take this, or taking a look around. If you look at radar, you'll notice it's getting closer and closer to us. So places like Waycross, yeah, you're going to see that rain first. A heavier band of rain pushing through places like Panama City Beach right now. And for most of the day, it's going to stay in this area. So places like Waycross, you'll see the rain first, but like the Jacksonville metro area, you're not going to see it till late tonight. Overnight hours for places like St. Augustine into early tomorrow. But a closer look at our temperatures, you'll see that we are warming up. Jacksonville's already at 65 degrees. Same for Mayport, St. Augustine, Keystone Heights are both at 66. Brunswick and St. Simon's Island, those are our cooler spots sitting in the 50s. So we're going to watch for that rain to get a little bit closer. But as we saw, there are a few clouds out there, a few little sprinkles now getting closer to places like Ware County. We need that rain because we do have this fire danger. So here is a map of our relative humidity values. It's getting up into the low 30s, into the 20s, and that becomes critical. A way to look at it there is just your colors as well on the map. Orange means critical. That is a fire danger. So we are in need of rain to saturate our ground. And so luckily it is on the way. When does it arrive? Well, already a few sprinkles out there, as we mentioned, around Ware County, Pierce County as well. So through the afternoon hours and into this evening, by the way, recording this at 11:30. So if you're watching this at 3 p.m., you've already seen some of that rain. And then as we head into the evening hours, more of that rain starting to overspread portions of southeast Georgia. But notice how slow it takes to get there. So it's not a fast moving line. After dinner time is when it'll start to push more across northeast Florida. Columbia County, you're getting a good bit of rain, likely around and after dinner time, steady showers, I should say. Then more of this continues to push in overnight. So this is a snapshot of midnight. Of course, this is just one model run, but it's showing you the trend here that we could see more rain while a lot of us are sleeping. We head into our early Thursday morning hours and that rain is clearing out. So for most of us, we should be dry by the morning commute. Roads could still be slick. There could be just a few lingering showers, and it will be cloudier to start our Thursday morning as well. And temperatures will be cooler. This rain is associated with the cold front. So while today our highs are getting up into the 70s for some of us, the lower 70s, tomorrow we're going to stop at the 50s. So the morning not too cold. A lot of times cloud cover and rain kind of act like a blanket, kind of traps some of the heat with that cloud cover. So our lows starting off in the 40s, but then we're not really warming up much. We're going to be staying in the 50s in the afternoon hours. So it's going to be windier too. That wind chill returns. Winds out in the northwest, 10 to 20 miles an hour with highs staying in the 50s. It's going to be an abrupt change compared to today where we step outside and it feels better under that sunshine. Tomorrow, I mean, I think we're going to see those skies clearing later, but it's still with the wind and temperatures in the 50s, you will notice that difference. A lot of you have been looking for a warm up because it has been so cold for so long, and it will return quickly. So we just have to get through our highs tomorrow in the 50s. And I also wanted to show you this map specifically for places like Waycross, Brunswick, and St. Simon's. Because with a high right at 50 degrees, right around there, it means you're going to spend most of your day in the 40s. So make sure to bundle up and dress for the 40s all day, starting off in the 40s, ending in the 40s. In fact, here's a look at the overnight lows. So tomorrow morning, starting in the 40s, some of you, the low 50s, but then in the afternoon, yeah, you see we barely warm up, barely. So just be prepared for that. But we'll tack on a few degrees Friday afternoon. Friday morning, still cold, even freezing for some of you. We'll have a low around 32 degrees. So a freezing morning, especially for inland spots, frosty for others. So yeah, that frosty start, you can see that there. But then in the afternoon, getting sunny and staying cool, but not as cold as those high temperatures warm into the 60s. The warm up does not stop there. Look at this. Let's let those highs climb back into the middle and upper 60s. So the weekend should be feeling pretty nice. I mean, it's not as warm as today, but still middle and upper 60s, good bit of sunshine, so it should be feeling better out there. Here is a look at our 7-day forecast. Also look at the lows. So tomorrow morning, not as cold, but we have the rain, the cloud cover, and the wind whipping too, and so it's going to make it feel cooler. Thursday afternoon, staying chilly, got a bit of a wind chill out there. Friday morning is freezing. Then Friday afternoon, okay, let's move back into the 60s. Lots of sunshine. Over the weekend, staying sunny, staying cool, but nice. Oh, you know what? It's seasonal. Usually our average high temperature around this time of year is 67, 68 degrees. And so feeling more seasonal over the weekend, a little bit cooler on Saturday, but closer to it on Sunday. Let's not stop the warm up there. We're going to jump into the 70s. Why not, right? Monday, we're moving into the 70s. We'll be warmer than normal again. Highs are in the middle 70s and then even push the upper 70s on Tuesday. And we do have a 10-day forecast. I know that meteorologist Mike Prangley was working on. Let's check out what he has here for our 10-day forecast, just to give you a big look ahead. He has us continuing to warm up to near 80 degrees on Wednesday. How wild is this? I mean, I know we're used to it. Northeast Florida, Southeast Georgia, quite a roller coaster ride, but we've been so cold for so long. We're warmer today, but we're cold again tomorrow. But then we're going to slowly start to warm up again. So if you like the warm weather, you have stuff to look forward to, I promise. If you like the cool weather, tomorrow is your day. And as needed, the rain is on the way. So big picture shows us that for most of us, not here quite yet. We're going to keep a closer eye on places like Waycross, but we really do need the rain with the fire risk that we're keeping such a close eye on today. All right, one more break. When we come back, since it is Weather Watchers Worldwide, let's talk worldwide stuff. We're going to take a look at what's happening in Italy with the Olympics, the opening ceremony on Friday. I'll see you on the other side of this break. Welcome back. All right, let's talk about Milan, Italy, where all eyes are on the city for the world stage for the Olympics. Currently, as of this recording, you can see the time up there. We're recording this at 11:43 a.m. Eastern time. So in Milan, it is 5:43 p.m. It is currently 45 degrees there with the northwest wind at 3 miles an hour. So they don't have a wind chill. You can see the wind chill is the same, 45 degrees. Here's what they are expecting over the next several hours for their overnight hours. Temperatures dropping down into the 30s. So their low will land in the 30s. Waking up on a Thursday morning, the day before the opening ceremonies. We've been keeping a very close eye, of course, on the forecast. They're expecting some rain around the area. But this map here on the right, that's the future radar around the time of the opening ceremonies, 8 p.m. in Italy on Friday. which would be temperatures around 45, and a lot of that rain kind of clearing out. Snow still kind of moving through the mountains there, but while rain is expected in the morning, Friday morning, models have been showing that they think it will clear out in Italy and in the Milan area specifically for Friday evening for the start of the opening ceremonies. So here's a look at the next 3 days. Thursday, it's going to be a high around 51. So this is just what our athletes are dealing with. What our parent company has, Tegna has sent some reporters over there too to bring you updates and interviews and all sorts of fun stuff. Of course, NBC, we are an NBC station here, ABC and NBC. We have a huge NBC team over in Italy for this too. And of course, just visitors, fans, spectators from all around the world. As they get in and get ready on Thursday, 51 degrees for the high. Not too cold at night. Friday morning, as we talked about, dealing with some showers in the morning, but it should be clearing out later in the day. And then on Saturday in the morning, it could be foggy there, and then staying cloudy through the day with temperatures remaining in the 50s. Now, of course, we're not only in Milan, we're also in Cortina. That's where all those big skiing events, all of that happens. So Thursday, a high of 39. Woo, it's up in the mountains. A low of 19. Friday, partly cloudy, temperatures near 38 degrees, and then a low of 22. And then on Saturday, also partly cloudy, right near 39 for that high temperature. So lots of fun things to look forward to over in Italy, of course. And we will be bringing you that coverage over the next several days, 2 weeks. So lots of fun things, of course, to look forward to with the Olympics, the opening ceremony. You know, another fun thing to look forward to on NBC, the Super Bowl. If you're having a Super Bowl watch party, we're going to be cooling through the 60s down into the 50s. I already showed you that 7-day forecast with our Sunday and our high temperatures getting up into the middle and upper 60s. So it should be pretty nice around 5 o'clock when people are starting to gather. Then those temperatures drop down into the 50s as we watch the games, dropping through the 50s down into the 40s. So overall, I don't think it's too bad. You know, if you wanted to watch the game outside, maybe you got one of those cool outdoor TVs that you can watch it on, you'd probably want some long sleeves and a jacket, bundle up a little bit, but overall it looks pretty good. Okay, to wrap up Weather Watchers worldwide, I thought we could do at least a country view across the country because our temperatures have been so cold for places like Green Bay to Minneapolis. You can see right now still sitting at 14 degrees there, 18 in Minneapolis, while we're in the 60s here as we approach the noon hour in Jacksonville. Those wind chills not as brutal for some of these places. Feels like 21 degrees in New York City. The big system across the country is the one heading right for us. That rain is starting to approach us. Look at that rain though. It does move up the Carolinas. And speaking of the Carolinas, I wanted to show you all this. This was from that big snow system, ice system and snow that came through over the weekend. This is the Outer Banks, especially that picture on the left. If you look closely, that canal is completely covered in ice. The canals in the Outer Banks, which are the beaches of North Carolina, completely frozen over. So it was so cold. I think I heard, because I do have family and friends in North Carolina all over, from the Banks to Charlotte, Greensboro, Raleigh. They all had a good time in the snow, at least. A lot of us liked seeing those flurries here that flew around portions of the First Coast. But now we are looking ahead to warmer weather. So to wrap it up for you all, today, warmer around 71. Then tonight, that rain is moving through. So tomorrow morning, not too cold, but damp and dreary, some cloud cover out there, and some of those roads could be slick. Some drizzles could still be falling for portions of our area, maybe down closer towards St. Augustine, Putnam, Flagler counties. We'll watch out for it, and southern St. John's. But in the day, we'll start to see the skies clear a little bit, but it stays chilly, stays in the 50s. And the wind chill, of course, when the wind blows tomorrow, it will feel even colder. But we'll start to warm up from there. We jump into the 60s, lots of sunshine. It's going to stick around for the weekend. I'm really excited about the weekend. So Friday, watching the opening ceremonies, pretty nice. lower 60s, still a little chilly out there. Sunday, by the time we're setting up for the Super Bowl, it's a nice afternoon, then we're getting cozy that night as we watch the Super Bowl. Monday, we move right back into the 70s, and we will be warming up into next week. So we're going to keep a close eye on that warming trend. All right, I hope you enjoyed this, Weather Watchers Worldwide. It was cool to start off with meteorologist Robert Speta at the Kennedy Space Center. Again, he's just going to continue to gather all this content for you as we approach the launch of Artemis II, which has now been pushed back to March, but he's not slowing his roll there. So we'll continue to keep a close eye on that launch, everything that's happening, and bring you those updates. And hopefully he and I will be able to bring that launch to you live when it does happen. Besides that, lots of fun things to look forward to with the Olympics, with the Super Bowl, with the warming trend. I'm going to be on tonight. I'm on at noon, but then if you're watching at 3 p.m., I'm also on at 5, 5:30, and 6. And then meteorologist Ross Muma is on at 6:30, 7, and 11. So we'll see you over there. Thanks for joining us.